Welcome back. In sports, the Wampna Mount Hagen Eagles have been slapped with a 3-year ban from any further participation in the Digital Cup till 2019. The PNG NRL announced its decision today following a judicial review of the assault on referee Aaron Henry by the Mount Hagen Eagles trainer Stanley Akinu on the 27th of August. Akinu has also been slapped with a life ban on the code. Francis Ray and Captain Junior Rao have been suspended as a player and official in any PNG NRL sanctioned competitions. 4 Egmark Rabal Guria players have also been slapped with a 5-match suspension in next year's season and a penalty fee of 5,000 kina each. Both clubs have been given 14 days to appeal against their respective judicial decisions.
To start off with, let me make a stand that PNG NRL has always been, and it's along the support of the sponsors, that we have a zero tolerance policy on any form of violence, whether it be players, spectators, supporters, officials, or regardless of who they are. We have a zero tolerance on policy on violence of any forms. We are trying to make rugby league become a sport that is where mothers and kids come to attend. After a hectic working week, Monday to Friday, we get them out there on a weekend to enjoy and refresh. And what happened was a tragedy. What happened was something sad, and a lot has been said about this. And as NRL, we condemn this as well. For the Mount Hagen Eagles, the board agreed that they will have a team suspension from taking part in a Digital Cup competition for the next 3 years. So for 3 years, we won't have any team representing Mount Hagen Eagles. In that saying, no team from Western Islands. The third prize money, which they came up with, is going to be forfeited. That's the next penalty that we're giving them. So that money can be used to meet the cost of damage that they've done, and as a matter of penalty, penalizing them. That's what the team has got as a penalty to the team. The individuals involved in the assistant trainer, Stanley Akinu, the main man who instigated the problem, as shown on the TV footage. He was given a life ban from participating in any NRL sanctioned activities. Another 2 individual players have also been suspended. Number 10 for Hagen Eagles, Francis Ray, was slapped with a...
Meanwhile, Minister for Sports Justin Tachenko has backed the decision by the PNG NRL and its stance against zero tolerance on violence in the sport of rugby league in the country. In a press conference today, Tachenko reiterated the decision made by the PNG NRL and added that this is a positive step for the game. He further added that commencing next year, all parties involved in the Digital Cup must be educated on their roles as players, coaches and coaching staff. Officials and administrators revisit and understand the guidelines of the competition and the game of rugby league. The PNG Rugby Football League will also sit and deliberate on what actions they will take on the individuals and franchise involved in the event on the 27th of August.
This has all come about because of viewing the video footage from TV1. It was very clear, crystal clear. It was reviewed time and time again to make sure they got the facts right and they saw actually what happened. So TV1's footage is a situation where you can't hide from what has been shown by all the footage on TV1. You can't hide. And we're not going to allow for people to get away for these kind of violent actions and assault on the field. You know, Wampna Mount Hagen Eagles must have a good look at themselves. The team, the officials, the sponsors, now they are banned for 3 years. And you know, and that for me is disappointing, because there's also a lot of innocent people that are affected by one person or a couple of people's violent actions that are spoiled for the majority. Spoilt it for the people of Western Highlands. These people have spoilt it for the people of Western Highlands. And it's a disgrace. And that's why I made it very clear, these people must be removed from rugby league, ever playing, ever being a part of rugby league, ever again. As Minister, it's the last thing you want to do is put penalties and put all these ban restrictions for life on individuals. But unfortunately, it's not their fault. People have made their own conscious decisions to assault people and do the wrong thing, not go by the code of ethics of the game. And we can't allow this to happen. I thought we already got rid of this already. Last 4 years has been fantastic for rugby league. And now we have to wind back the clock to the old days. Well, we can't go back to the old days. We cannot go back to the old days. The old days are history. We look forward to the future. And that's why it's very sad that I have to sit here with Stanley from PNG NRL, reading out these harsh penalties to people that have broken the law and assaulted people and done the wrong thing by all of us, and especially by the game. Especially by the game.
The SP PNG Hunters bowed out of another semi-finals appearance, going down 18-12 to the Sunshine Coast Falcons yesterday in Port Moresby. The Falcons opened the margin early with a 6-point lead before Hunters' Butler Morris narrowed the margin to 4 points. In the second half, the Falcons extended their lead with tries from Samuel Wright and Riley Jacks. Joe Stimson was successful of a conversion and later a penalty to bring the Falcons' lead to 18 points. Butler Morris scored a try in the 66th and 77th minute, however, were held off from any more scoring opportunities.
In saying that, okay, we probably had too much confidence after last weekend's game. Okay, that was really hard to control the players. Okay, they probably during the week one or two players kept falling offline, and we had to pull them back in. But I know that's football, so yeah, there's one winner, one loser. So yeah, congratulations to the Trigger and his boys. Okay, first time we make the finals and made it through. So and yeah, all the best in the remaining. Next game in Townsville.
You know, everyone in the competition knows the Hunters are the most physical side, so we really didn't want to, bring all our blokes last week and expose them to getting beat up by the Hunters and then have to try to come back and play them again. So, we did a real good job this week. We worked really hard. In saying that's a great advertisement for rugby league out there today. What you've seen today was fantastic advertisement for rugby league. So, two sides that went at it. They played it hard, but they played it fair, and we go home the winner today, but we could have easily gone home the loser. So, I'm very, very proud of my boys. I'm proud of everything they've achieved. We're the lowest budget club in the competition, and we keep putting our hand up to get another result. So, I couldn't be more pleased, with all our players. Again, Michael Murrum's done a great job up here, and you guys aren't far off winning a premiership. So, you just need to stick solid.
PNG Rugby Football League and SP PNG Hunters marked another milestone with the first finals home game played over the weekend in Port Moresby. Recently appointed Queensland Rugby League's head of rugby, Neil Wharton, was pleased with the atmosphere of the day on an attendance of 12,501 at the National Football Stadium yesterday. While the NRL has been struggling to attract numbers to live games at home, the continued support by fans to the Hunters home game is a clear indication of growth of rugby league, especially a team in the Intra-Super Cup level.
Look, I thought the game was a high standard semi-final football that we expect at the Intra-Super Cup. It was certainly very tough out there for the first half. Both teams acquitted themselves extremely well. Oh, look, they're just ecstatic about the fans and the actual support from the SP Hunters that they get from the people in Port Moresby, and I would guess that they fly from all over the country to come in here potentially to see this game, some of the people. So, it's certainly a great experience that we don't get to see as often as we would like in the game. And I think in Australia, the declining numbers of coming to attendance to watch games live is decreasing. It's decreasing at, the NRL, it's holding pretty much its own. Brisbane's a normal place for big crowds, and the Bronx will get that sort of support all the time, but this is probably the best by a long way in the Intra-Super Cup. So.
And that's all from sports for tonight. Antonia, it's back to you.
Thank you, Douglas. Stay with us. We'll return after the break with the finance news.